Hey, sorry, man. Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah,
Is my
oh,
video on? Yeah.
yeah, okay, sir.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, so can you just take
Okay.
us through your
You want
journey?
me to explain my journey?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Before we go quickly, like good that
Okay,
we have only 12 people, right, so that we can have a more personal connection as well.
okay.
Uh, these people, all these 12 people, excluding you and both 10 people, are what? They are
Like,
fourth year, third
that,
year, second year.
yeah, most of them are third year and fourth year, sir.
Most of them are third year and fourth year.
Yeah.
Fantastic, very nice. And what would be the specialization?
CSC and ECE, sir. Some are CSC and
See,
some are from ECE.
okay, computer science and very
Yes,
nice.
sir.
Okay. Okay. Just wanted to good. At a very high level, to just ensure that I don't take too much of your time and
Yeah, yeah,
also
no
give
problem.
enough time for you to ask questions rather than me trying to speak myself, right?
Okay.
At a first, I completed my BTech from Gayatri Vidya Parishad College of Engineering in the batch 1997 to 2001.
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure most of you were born also by the time I completed
No,
my
sir.
BTech.
It will be
Yeah, so
almost
I'm
2002 or 2003. Like, if you are in fourth
yeah,
year now. Yeah.
yeah. So you can definitely think that I'm a lot older than most of you. Okay, that's one.
Yeah.
uh, and I'm the second batch of the Gayatri Vidya Parishad College of Engineering.
Oh,
The first batch started from 96 2000, and then the second batch 97 2001. I did my BTech from GVP in EEE, Electrical Electronics Engineering, okay, not ECE, not computer science. Okay. After my BTech, I happened to get a good score in GATE at that point of time, and then subsequently after my BTech, I joined my masters in IIT Madras. I when at that point of time when we were doing my BTech program, right, in 2001, when we wrote the GATE exam, GATE 2001. People who write GATE in EE electrical engineering can also apply for VLSI courses, masters. So I applied for VLSI courses in IIT Madras, and I did get for the rank that I secured. I got the master's admission in IIT Madras. Okay. I did my VLSI in IIT Madras, and then it was a very tough journey, right? When we were doing electrical engineering course, we did not have any high quality courses on analog circuit design or digital design or computer architecture or other things. So it was a big transition, and I struggled a lot as part of my master's course. But luckily, I could see a lot of good light at the end of the course. Towards the fag end of the course, as part of the campus placements at IIT Madras, I was selected for Intel as campus opportunities, and then I joined Intel in February 2003. And till then, for the last 21 years, I have been with Intel only. And right now, I am part of Intel's networking and edge team, working on variety of CPUs, networking SoCs, you name it, right? And during this last 21 years, I happened to uh, design a lot of laptop CPUs, a lot of data center CPUs, a lot of graphics IPs, you name it, right? I worked on variety of technologies and I worked on variety of solutions. Uh, and another good part is Intel also has given me an opportunity to travel across the world, across multiple countries as well. So overall, I think it has been a very entertaining and enterprising journey that I have had with Intel. And during this journey of last 21 years, I don't remember exactly when, but some point of time during this journey, I was really excited with startup based opportunities. So I do serve as mentors for some startups, and I am also an investor in multiple startups. At any point of time, you can count my investment in startups is going to more than 30. That's the kind of number of investment that I have made, and I really appreciate and I really believe that the next generation of students, which is like all of you, you have a lot better prospects, a lot brighter future, and a lot what is so called exciting opportunities to learn compared to a generation that I belong to, like say 2 decades back. So that is something that I would really encourage you to stretch yourself to learn, stretch yourself to create new things, stretch yourself to do a lot of good things for the community, stretch yourself to make your parents happy.
So thank you, sir. Thank you for your brief intro. As like some 2 3 paragraphs, but you put it in very short words. Thank you so much for that. But sir, can you like tell any? Is there any one moment in your 4 years of BTech like that made you think I have to be in such a position like this, or is there somebody who guided you in your BTech journey to reach such heights?
See, when we were doing BTech, right, at that point of time, to make things simple, okay, we did not have access to internet. We did not have cell phones. Okay, we did not have access to internet, and to make it even blunt, I did not have an email ID as well. Okay, this was like there's one company that came for a campus interview at that point of time. I don't exactly recollect the name of the company, and in the application form, one particular section was what is your email ID,
Okay.
and I don't have an email ID at that point of time, and I left it blank. Okay, and one of my friend mentioned that hey boss, you cannot leave it blank. You need to enter something. Okay, then I said like, what should I enter? I don't have an email ID. And he said like, okay, let's arbitrarily create some email ID. Hopefully that is never used by anybody. So we I kept that email ID. Okay. And I really don't know what that is also till now. Okay. So that is the kind of uh, so-called exposure that we have had at that point of time. Okay, that is step one. And step two also is for for some events that have happened in my personal life, right, which I will leave it outside. uh, I actually developed very good connect with the faculty. Okay. For example, in electrical department, there is a professor called, I don't know whether he's a professor or not, but there's one gentleman called Banu sir. Okay. I respect him like God. Okay. And in your ECE department, there's another gentleman called Balakrishna. Balasubramanian sir, not Balakrishna, Balasubramanian sir. Okay, he used to teach us computer architecture, and Banu sir used to teach a lot of computer courses for us. Yeah, lot of computer courses, lot of electrical courses. Particularly, Banu sir, I think, has been very instrumental, and he has been very he he played a very important role in my both in my student journey and also in my professional journey. And I believe that I would not be what I am today without him. Okay. In fact, one of the reasons why I am trying to connect with the college is only because of him. It is, of course, I have love for my college, and I have a lot of interest to help all of you. But I think above all else is my admiration, is my respect to him. If he was not there, obviously I would not be spending so much of my time with the college. Okay. But couple of things that have inspired me a lot or changed me a lot. First, because we did not have exposure to what outside world is, because we did not have access to a lot of up-to-date information. The only thing that we were knowing at that point of time was, or the two items that we were knowing at that point of time was like, one, secure good score in GATE and get into a master's, or write this GRE TOEFL exam, get into a master's in the US. Okay. My financial status at that point of time did not allow me to pursue masters in the US, but maybe if I had the opportunity, maybe I would have been in US sometime by now, hopefully. But I chose GATE, and I chose this path, and I am where I am right now. Okay. But
Thank you.
another important thing that I'll also tell is whatever I chose, right? Like whenever uh, for any subject, right? Like we have even now it is a semester-based course, correct? Right? For every semester, we had like maybe like 5 or 6 courses. I don't remember the exact number, but in every course, right? There used to be like maybe like 5 chapters or 6 chapters. Ignore my count of the numbers, but let us assume there are 4 or 5 chapters. At the beginning of the semester itself, I would have a plan for myself, saying that hey, in this semester for course one, I will do only 4 chapters. For course two, I will do only 3 chapters. For only I'll do 5 chapters. For course three, I will do 6 chapters. There's no logic as to why I chose that number. It is mostly gut feel, or mostly we used to have something called as a syllabus book. It is also the number of lines in the syllabus book per course, per subject, per chapter that I used to make a call saying that, hey, I think this is what I used to do. But whatever I chose, say for example, in course one, I decided that I'll study only 4 chapters. I would study those 4 chapters to the end. That means every aspect of it I will know. Okay. And in the fifth chapter, which is part of the course, I don't know anything at all. If I did not study, means I did not study anything at all. Okay. It is there's never a case where I did half study. I did a full study or I did a zero study, but I never did any half study. And that is something that I follow even today. Like whenever I do something, I give my full 100% blood sweat to it, but I'll never do anything where I'm only going to do half. Okay. And if I don't do something, I'll not do it at all. And I think that is one thing that I can definitely tell. Whatever you pick up, right, you should definitely give your 100% to that one. Don't do something half-hearted. Yeah, that's very important. And another important thing also is you will have to have a plan. Okay. Whatever plan you create, right, the plan varies on a per person basis and per person's interest basis. But whatever plan you create, ensuring that execution to the plan should never fail. The plan can be wrong, but whatever plan you create, you should never fail in execution of the plan.
Thank you, sir. Now we would like uh, our students to ask some questions if they're interested. Is there anybody who wants to talk to sir? Jawed Khan?
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. This is Zahid Khan from EC third year. I have a set of questions from my fellow students of EC department. I would like to keep those in front of you with your permission, sir.
Permission granted, you can give it, man.
Yeah. So the first question is, generally we are from Type 2 and Type 3 colleges, sir. So how will
Okay.
the opportunities be for us in the future?
Fantastic. Okay. I will tell you some stats. Okay. And there, if the stats don't inspire you, definitely we should talk offline. Okay. First one, 20 years back. Okay. 20 years back, if you take the top 100 companies of the country of India, okay, I'm reiterating, top 100 companies of India, okay, the key people in the top 100 companies. For
The
example, who are the key people in the company? The CEO, the CFO, and maybe like people who report to the CEO and the CFO, right? These are maybe at best, every company will have top 20 people as the top 20 people, correct? If you take these top 20 people and multiply by 100, that means what? You have top 2000 people in the country. Okay? Out of these top 2000 people in the country, close to 80%, I am saying 80%, that means 1600 out of this 2000 have either a degree from IIT or a degree from IIM or a degree from outside of India. It could be engineering degree, it could be a master's in management degree, or it could be a financial degree. Leave it aside, right? But they have a degree from outside of India, the IITs or IIMs or outside of India. 20 years back, 80% of the top management people in the top 100 companies in the country had it. And today means 2023. Okay, that percentage again for the top 100 companies, if you take the top 20 people, that 80% has come down to sub 30%. That means the remaining 70%, the remaining 70% of the 2000, which is 1400 people, they don't have a degree from IIT, they don't have a degree from IIM, they don't have a degree from outside of India. That means they only have degrees from tier 2 or tier 3 colleges, or they may be college dropouts also. So the world has moved to people who have talent, people who have passion, people who have aspiration, and not with the background that they are coming. That is one.
one statistics, sir.
These stats, this is real data. Okay, this is nothing to hide. And another important thing I'll also tell you, I can guarantee you without any doubt, the next Dhirubhai Ambani or equivalent, or the next Adani equivalent, or the next Infosys equivalent, or the next Tata Group equivalent, that will be managed by people who don't have degrees from IITs, IIMs, or outside of India. That will be from people who are living in tier 2, tier 3 colleges, and most importantly, having the passion, having the admiration, having the desire to grow.
Thank you, sir. These chats really help our students to open their eyes and know the reality. So, coming to the next question, what advice would you give to students who are just starting their journey in VLSI? And what are the key takeaways from your own experience?
Sorry, guys. Slight disturbance of the home. Hey, Jahid, sorry. You were saying that somebody is just entering into a career in semiconductors. What advice do you want to give him? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first, if somebody is trying to get into a semiconductor career directly from BTech, it is a huge, huge transition, and it's a huge, huge risk the person is taking. I'm reiterating. If a person is getting into a VLSI career or semiconductor career immediately after BTech, they are taking a huge, huge transition and a huge, huge risk. Why am I saying that? Sometime back, maybe like about uh, 6 months back or 8 months back, I was in the college, and Banu sir asked me to conduct one course. So I did conduct a semiconductor packaging course in Gayatri Vidya College of Engineering. And I got an opportunity to go through the course material of ECE people. Okay. Some of the fundamental courses that are required for a person to be successful in semiconductors, they are not there. What are the fundamental courses? The fundamental courses are computer architecture, digital design. They are not there at all. And if somebody is trying to get into a semiconductor career without understanding these two, they are trying to apply a bandage for an issue where a surgery is needed. Okay. So if somebody is really trying to get into it, they should really try their best to do a master's, or spend about a year or two, to strengthen the fundamental requirements of a career in VLSI or a career in semiconductors. After they have spent maybe 1 year, maybe 2 years, they can get into their career. See, whatever a person chooses right now, that career is going to stay with them for the next 40 years. You cannot live on a bandage for a surgery requirement for 40 years. Maybe you can do that for 3 months, at best 1 year, but not beyond that.
Thank you, sir. The metaphor you used hit very deep. I hope our fellow students realize that. So, coming to the next question, what are the most exciting developments or trends in the VLSI field right now, and how can students prepare to contribute to them?
I think I covered this as part of the course that I have taken. For people who did not participate in the course, I can reiterate that. Okay. First, almost every week, I'm reiterating almost every week. That means 52 weeks in the year. Somewhere or the other, every company will conduct a show to explain their latest developments. Okay, every company. Okay, for example, if you take the top 10 companies, Intel, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Facebook, you name it, right? Qualcomm, AMD, Nvidia, each one of them at some point of time during the year, they conduct two shows to explain what their latest technologies are and what their latest solutions are. Okay, so if you take the top 10 companies itself, there are 20 weeks in which these companies are explaining the latest developments. Okay, and now if you go down the order, if you take the next 20 companies, that itself will cover like another 20 sessions. So collectively, we're already having like about 50 sessions in a year. Okay, which averages out to one, at least one session per week. Okay? So what should students do is, first, if there are batch of say like 50 people, right, you should group yourself into small groups of say like 4 5, right, and each group should pick up saying that, hey, what are the latest developments happening in the month of April? What are the latest developments happening in the month of June? What are the latest developments happening in the month of July? Like that, each group should study. And once they study the developments that are happening in that particular month, in 1 month from then, after they have studied, after they have prepared some material, they should present what all their learnings are from the study. That way, in a period of 1 year, all the students will be mostly familiar with what has happened in the industry in the last 1 year without the need for spending everybody to learn everything. That is this concept of divide and conquer or team learning. That is first thing everybody should do. And second, once one team presents, say, these are the top learnings of company one, or this is the top innovations of company two, or these are the top challenges of company three. Each of you can discuss how you can contribute to that particular idea. More likely than not, you will not be able to solve, but more likely than not, you will be able to comprehend what the problem is. And if you are able to solve, nothing better than that. But whatever be the reason, if you are not able to solve, but if you are at least able to comprehend the problem, it is a fantastic opportunity for you to create a case where you can build a BTech project out of that problem. And once you take it as part of your BTech project, you'll have about 6 months to complete your BTech project. Definitely, you can do a lot of research to understand, hey, what could be the potential solutions. Sometimes one of your solution could be the real solution. Sometimes none of your solutions could be real solution. But the fact that you have made an attempt to understand the problem and come up with a potential solution, that itself will make you learn really what is the need of the industry at that point of time. And for whatever be the reason, it is by luck or by capability. If you are really able to identify some good solution, and if you believe that the solution is correct, you should definitely immediately send that solution to the company. For example, I'm just giving you an example. Again, I really don't know, right? If somebody is using Samsung Galaxy S26 phone, okay, I really don't know whether the latest number or not, but let's assume that's the latest number, okay. And somebody found a problem that S26 has a particular problem in a particular usage scenario. And the moment you believe that, hey, this is a solution for that problem, you should immediately send that to Samsung relations team. And the moment you send that to the Samsung relations team, if your solution is correct and if it's real, they will not only pay you money, but they will also hire you. And if your solution is wrong, the best that will happen is it will give you an opportunity to know what are the latest problems. And sometimes you will know the problems and you will not know the solutions. Then you can actually search for mentors on the web. There are a lot of mentorship websites. You can search on Google mentorship websites, and there will be tons and tons of people who will be willing to mentor you. You can identify a mentor who has similar passion, who has similar interest, and then you can tell them saying that, hey, this is a problem that I am trying to solve, and I am finding this is a particular solution. Do you think I'm going in the right direction? More often than not, the mentor should be able to tell you whether you are going in the right direction or not. If the mentor is not able to guide you or assist you, fine, you can choose another mentor, right? You will drop that guy and you'll go with another person. But that is something that will make you ensure that you are up to date with what is happening in the industry. And this is structured process. This is not something that you start on Monday, by the Friday, you will have all the latest developments in the industry. This is a journey, and the journey is a structured approach that you will have to take.
Thank you, sir. That's a brief explanation about problem solving and how students can tackle it. I hope these points help us in our journey. So, moving to the next question, sir. As we,
One point I wanted to add, Jahid, right?
yes, sir.
One important thing I wanted to tell 20 years back, right? Like when I was in your stage, right? At that point of time, it was all about grouping among electrical engineers or electronics engineers or computer science engineers. But today, the grouping should be across fields. That means if you are forming a team of 5 people, That five people should consist of two ECE people, two computer science people, one mechanical person, one electrical person, something like that. It require today's industry requires exposure and understanding of all the domains and not just the one particular domain from which you have graduated.
Yes, sir, we completely agree with this multidisciplinary teams. Actually, my next question is based on that question itself. What is the impact on AI in VLSI domain? Artificial intelligence impact on VLSI domain.
I think the other way is easy. What is AI not impacting VLSI domain is a lot easier. Okay, it's easier because there's nothing that's not impacted. Every aspect of VLSI design is impacted by AI, all the way from architecture, RTL design, verification, physical design, manufacturing, subsequently post-silicon qualification, and also in sales. Every aspect of it is impacted by AI. And the more you can create the usage of AI, the more you are needed by the industry.
Okay, so the world is leading toward AI driven solutions. So we need to cope up with that. So moving to my before question that I asked.
Just one important point I wanted to tell: if there are few people, if there are few people who really want to choose a career, that means a professional career out of BTech and not go for subsequent studies, this is one thing that you should definitely do. The one thing that you should do is your BTech project should be created through Gen AI and not by you. You should install ChatGPT, maybe 3, 3.54, or maybe people who are in the third year, you can go with ChatGPT 5 at least by the time you come to final year. Right? You should use that particular ChatGPT to create your BTech project. If it is a 70 slide project, if it is an 80-page project, the entire 80 pages should come out of ChatGPT, and it should not be something that you have typed manually in a project report. If you are able to come to that stage, doesn't matter what your BTech percentage is, doesn't matter what your BTech specialization is, you are needed by the industry.
That's really great points. Sir. I just realized it myself that during our means me and my friends are using a ChatGPT a lot during our internships and all. So I hope this helps us in our future. Thank you, sir. Thanks for the wonderful point. So here is my before previous question, sir. As India is investing in the field of semiconductors, what will be the growth of VLSI field look like?
In 10 years from now, Indian industry working on semiconductors will need give or take about 20 lakh engineers. And today, with so many engineering colleges across the country, we don't produce even 1 lakh qualified engineers per year. That is the kind of mismatch between what the industry wants and what the academics is teaching the students.
That's really a large gap, sir, where is 1 lakh and 20 lakh. I hope the institutions realize this point of concept and help us develop more engineers, professional and skilled engineers. So moving to
That
my
is why
last,
there are a lot of skill development courses specifically targeting towards this capability.
yes, sir.
Okay, just to let you know, if you just look back in history, right? 20 years back when I did my electrical engineering course, not even ECE and computer science, right? We had two courses on computer architecture. Today, people who are graduating out of ECE and computer science, they have only one course on computer architecture. That too, mostly outdated course.
Okay, sir, understood. Thank you.
And
So,
just to complete that point, Jahid, right? Couple of days back, uh, I gave NPTEL link for two computer architecture courses to Bhaskar, I think from ECE department. You can get the details from him. But again, let me reiterate, just because the JNTU or GVP College of Engineering is not having the relevant courses, nobody cares. Finally, it is the student who has to have that knowledge. And there are enough platforms for you to learn to have that to develop that knowledge. One very important platform to develop that knowledge is NPTEL or SWAYAM. You can search first in SWAYAM for VLSI courses on computer architecture, on digital design, on analog design, on Verilog, verification, physical design, you name it. These are all top-notch courses by outstanding professors from the top universities of the country. Without paying a single rupee, I'm reiterating, without paying a single rupee, you can enroll for these courses and you can develop the knowledge. However, you'll have to invest time. You'll have to invest time beyond your regular academics.
Yes, sir. Completely agree with the time concept. For anything to achieve, we need to invest time. Time is the investment which everything requires. So, moving to my last question. After getting a job in VLSI domain, it's obviously many of the dream project, dream job. So, what will be the work environment be like in VLSI based companies?
Work environment is based on the company, but not based on the job. Okay. Outstanding companies like Intel, Nvidia, AMD, they have outstanding work environments, but the disadvantage is they will not allow you to learn. They will restrict you to the role that you have been hired for. The work environment in startups, in unorganized companies will be very hectic, but they will allow you to learn a lot more. They will allow you to explore a lot more, and they will also allow you to fail a lot more. So it is a person's balance that he has to take, whether he wants to learn a lot more in the early phases of their life and early phases of the professional career. If the answer is yes, yes, they will have to join a startup company, or they will have to join a company where structures are a lot lesser, structures are a lot less rigid. That way, they'll be able to learn a lot more, and most importantly, they'll be able to fail in the early phases of their career. But if you're joining the big companies, you will not have an opportunity to fail. And that also comes with the cost of you not having the opportunity to learn a lot more. But the work culture depends on the company that you join. Uh, Almost all the companies treat with respect. Almost all the companies appreciate women. Almost all the companies give enormous benefits. Almost all the companies have very good leave policies.
Yeah, that's really great, sir. The comparison between the startup growth and the professional companies growth. That's all from my side, sir. It's been a great interacting with you. Thank you, sir. Over to you, Yashwant.
Thank you, Zahid. Thank you for asking questions stated by our students. Sir, and one last question I would like to ask is, you mentioned about startups now, sir. So, what shall be the motivation for a startup? Like, if engineering graduate from GVP wants to start startup company, what shall be his motivation? Like, what are the basic requirements for him to that?
Basic requirement for any person to start a company should be to know what problem he wants to solve. That is the first requirement. Once you know what problem to solve, that's the first requirement. I'm reiterating, you need not have the solution. You should only have the problem to solve. Once you know what problem you want to solve, you need to put a filter to check whether this problem is specific to you, or it is specific to a large set of people, or it is a problem that is specific to the entire world. If that is a problem that is something that is only applicable to you, obviously it's not qualified for a startup. If there is a problem that is specific to, I'm just picking a number, right, to Vizag city, again, is not largely qualified. But if that is a problem that can be scaled for multiple cities, multiple people across the country or across the countries, that's an outstanding problem to solve. Again, you need not have the solution, I'm reiterating. You should only know what the problem is. Once you know what the problem is, your next step is to form a team of people who can solve the problem. Once you have identified the team of people who can solve the problem, you need to identify investor who can fund to really solve it. Okay. Normally, people think that, hey, I don't have money, that is why I'm not able to do a startup. That is completely wrong. The first step is to know what the problem to solve. Second step is to form a team who can solve the problem. And the third step is to identify an investor who can fund to really solve the problem. The last step, using this money, you'll have to make the solution scalable. That means it has to be applicable for a wide set of use cases, wide set of users. That is one, your startup will be scaling for growth. But up until you don't have a problem to solve, nothing, there's no value. And how do you know what are the problems to solve? Most of the problems to solve happens in your real life. You need to ask yourself, okay, hey, where is my mother spending my time? Where is my father spending my time? Where is my brother spending my time? How can I bring technology to simplify their life? And once you are able to spend some time on that one, once you are able to identify some problems, that is when you'll be able to crystallize and zero down, hey, looks like this is a problem that can be there for a large number of people. That means you identified one problem. You can put a filter by talking to a bunch of people to check whether there's a real problem or not. Once you convince yourself there's a real problem to solve, then you need to identify people who can solve the problem, who can work with you to solve the problem. But it's all about understanding what is happening around.
Thank you, sir. Sir, but, like, how do we reach these investors? Is there any platform or through referrals or connections? Is the only way to reach the investors?
Once you know the problem and once you have formed a team to solve the problem, you can go to Google and you can search mentors to help you validate whether your solution is correct or not. 99.9% of the mentors who are registered on various websites in Google platforms, they'll be able to help you connect to some investors or the other. That is one. Second, you can also search for angel investors in Google. You'll get so many people. All you will need to do is you create one PowerPoint or one PDF with yours. What is the problem you want to solve and how you are going to approach to solve the problem. Once you post it to the investment community people, somebody or the other who likes this problem, they'll contact you. You need not put the effort. Okay. And specifically, if somebody is there in GVPCE, I am guaranteeing you, I will take you to an investor.
Thank you,
And
sir.
if the idea
Thank
is
you.
very good, I myself will invest as well.
Thank you for installing the confidence in our students having that startup ideas. Thank you so much for that. And sir, like if you take the current technology side, or even the people graduating in core domains like EC, triple E, mechanical and all, they're shifting towards software jobs. What can be the reason, and how can you like tell them no, you don't have to go there for a livelihood, you can just stick to your core subjects and earn a job? How can you install that confidence in them?
See, there will be some people who like blue shirt, some people who like yellow shirt. There's no way to tell, hey man, why are you liking blue shirt versus a yellow shirt? What person chooses is individual person's choice, right? Uh, and the only point is whether the person has chosen the yellow shirt after having applied some consensus thought or not. If he has chosen the yellow shirt by thinking that hey, this will eventually turn green, then it's a wrong choice. Okay. So if somebody has chosen a particular career, all of you are very matured. You will be upwards of 20 by the time you come out of the college, right? That's an age where you have a lot of maturity. But if somebody is choosing a career in software because you don't have any other job to do, and because you believe that you'll not get a job, then that is a wrong choice. First, you should put your effort. But first, you should put your what is so-called qualified effort to ensure that whatever you want is what you are trying to secure. And after you don't get it, then if you're going to a job in software, I think that's okay. Finally, you need some money to get you food also, correct? Yeah, and eventually, like all of you should get married. Boys will get a girl only if he's earning, and similarly, the girls will choose a boy who's earning as well, correct?
Very true, sir. Very true. And is there anybody who wants to ask questions to sir, like clarify your doubts and all? Is there anyone in the meet? Okay, thank you. Sir, um, like, are you offering like any assistance to students now, sir, in GVP with the help of faculty? Is there any program going on?
Right now there is none, but if somebody wants to contact me on, I see a lot of these people who are there in the call, they have already contacted me on LinkedIn. By the way, I don't do any filtering. I just accept the request. Beyond that, I don't anything. But if you want to ask me anything, absolutely feel free. You can either contact me here or you can even ask me over LinkedIn or anything. I'm always there. Yes.
Okay, so thank you. We'll definitely tell our faculty because we have great alumni, but what is that lacking is the bridge between the alumni and the present students. Because we have great alumni working in top companies, since we have it, we have to utilize that opportunity. Like we also to have connections with the alumni, we will definitely implement that, sir. And finally, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your valuable time and insights. Sir. Thank you so much. On the entire behalf of GVP, we thank you.
Okay. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.